That's why people aren't starting businesses. You know, I keep hearing people like, oh, can't find anybody to work, can't get work done, nobody calls me back. It's because the businesses that are still here that survived COVID are the good businesses, and they're full. What's up, everybody? Chris Shipley, Shipley Pest Solutions. Friday before Memorial Day. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. Gets to relax, hot dogs, be outside, and then obviously remember those that came before us, sacrificed, and enjoy the weekend. I don't know if it's Memorial Day, but it's just something that I've been thinking about and having growing discussions with over the last year or so with business owners like myself, not just service business owners, even C-suite people. The service business revolution that is either looming, is going to happen, impending, etc. But it must happen because we're in a very precarious spot right now where the businesses that survived and made it through 2020, made it through all that nonsense, agree, disagree, whatever, businesses shutting down, opening up, the businesses that survived COVID and are still here, we cannot find enough help. And so the real sort of crisis right now for service businesses and just businesses in general, which in my opinion are the backbone of America, are we can't find enough help and we have too much work to do. And you still can't fill that void. And so I think we're sort of at an intersection here where multiple things are going to happen. For one, I don't know how you incentivize or re-incentivize or whatever, inject the workforce that is needed to provide the services, because I'm seeing sort of a separation of classes, very similar to the Great Depression, where the people that make above 100, 125, 150,000 a year per household, those people seem to be fine. They don't care about price increases. They don't care about whatever. I want the service, get it done. The people under that are getting squeezed out. Those are the people that call, I can't really afford it, and I don't, no judgment, nothing, is what it is. But I'm seeing this sort of separation right now take place. And what's particularly interesting to me is having these discussions over the past year now with business owners, and again, front office, C-suite people. Nobody can find enough help, qualified help, that is sustainable, or people that stay working, and people just keep raising prices. McDonald's doesn't have a problem raising prices 200% for a Big Mac over the last few years. Taco Bell, Crunchwrap Supreme, that'll be 200% increase. You want to buy Dr. Pepper? You want to buy Mountain Dew from Walmart? That's up. You want to buy anything. The only thing that hasn't increased for some reason to me is televisions. Someone explain that to me. I don't know why TVs have somehow deflated or are somehow deflate. I don't get it. I don't understand how TV prices have come down. You can still buy a 65-inch TV for like $500. I don't get it. But what I think is going to take place, or what needs to take place, and not to get too political, but I'm getting over a cold. I apologize. But what needs to take place here in America is service businesses also need to raise their prices. I'm not saying 200%. Like your Crunchwrap Supreme is, but 50, 75, 100% increase. Because everybody else has. So why not? Why not the small businesses in America that make America run, that run these small town markets, that actually give back to the community, in a real way, that actually really help the economies run in all these towns across America? So that's either going to happen. So either you're going to have service businesses raise prices 50, 75, 100% across the board, and they lose 10% of their customer base. Sorry, you can't afford it anymore. Or why else are we all in business? if everything else is going to increase 100, 200%, why are service businesses, why are the lawnmowers, why are the landscaping, why are the pest control, irrigation, pool, why isn't everybody else raising their prices that much? And it's going to be we're at an inflection point where I think it has to happen for many, many reasons. Because basically, I think what will happen is if service businesses start to raise their price, I think what's going to happen is the sort of generation between like age 22 to like 35 is completely uninspired. Woe is me. I'll never own a house. Oh, the baby boomers. Oh, they're millionaires because their house is worth $1 million. Now, you skipped right to the end of the book. You didn't read the first 30 years of their book. They bought the house in 1992 for $250,000. They paid it off. They raised a family. They invested in a 401k. And now the house is worth 1.2. You know, the 401k thing is a whole nother issue. You know, the 401k generation is the boomer generation. They invested and believed in the 401k, the unions, the labor unions, you know, and everybody got rich if you started working in basically the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. But they got rich because they outsourced all of our labor. Of course, your Nike stock is doing better because some child in a country somewhere is manufacturing it. So you got a 10% return on Nike this year. Yeehaw. Like, that's a whole nother issue. And that bleeds into the fact where I think if this is going to be sustainable, the greatest country on earth, the United States of America, on this Memorial Day weekend, for us to continue to thrive, survive, and lead the world, I think it is with the reinvigoration, the repricing, you know, of service businesses. You know, your lawnmower that costs $100 a week to get your yard mowed and weed eated and all this, it's going to go to $150. Smile and write them a check. Because I think what ends up happening is people don't have a problem paying some conglomerate, you know, at Walmart. Your Tide went up 50%, your Dr. Pepper, your bag of potato chips. And the real businesses, real, meaning tangible, meaning you can put a face to the name. I mean, mine, you can see my logos. My name's on the truck, you know, so I don't lose my truck in the parking lot. That's why I put my names on them. We can't keep up. We can't do enough work to get it all done, and it keeps coming in. And so it's coming. I haven't made up my mind how much we're going to increase our prices next year, but it's going to be substantial because it's an untenable, unsustainable trajectory that we're on. And I don't just mean me. I mean service businesses in general that I talk to, and I talk to a large swath. You know, I'm going on 19 years in the industry, and some of this was self-imposed last year, but we had to cap registrations. We had to cap how many customers we could take on. We're about to do that again. I can't keep taking people on. And, you know, it's a crazy world where I can't get enough labor to do the work that's coming in because I'm doing such a good job that people want to come in. Well, Chris, just raise your prices. Okay. We raise our prices 50% and I lose 5 or 10% of my customers. Still doesn't solve my problem, ultimately. Makes me more money, makes technicians more money. Still doesn't solve my problem. I still don't have enough work to satisfy the labor that is being requested. And so, you know, I know some places have cut their hours to try and better mitigate some of the slowed stuff, because what's happening is, you know, again, those households under 100, 150 grand, I don't care what the Wall Street Journal prints. You know, again, going on 19 years, I've been in well over 20,000 households. The last 3 or 4 years, there has been a massive separation in financial classes. And I'm not just talking somebody that makes, or a household that makes 150, because you can make 75 and live like you make 150 because you know how to handle money well. But this sort of disparity that I've seen over the last 3 to 4 years, it's untenable. And if we continue on this trajectory, we're done for. We're done. Because you know what else? Here's the thing. So next year, 2025, Shipley Pest Solutions raises its prices 50%. Take it or leave it. I'm not being a mean guy. Is what it is. Is what it is. Take it or leave it. You gonna go somewhere else? Guess what? Nobody's starting businesses. Nobody's starting businesses. Why? Oh, I don't know. Interest rates are 9-10% for businesses. Oh, you'll get an SBA loan. Oh, okay. To qualify for an SBA loan, you got to jump through hoops and everything. Then you're on the government leash to be able to, do all that stuff. So have fun. 10% loan. Okay. I've got, more than these. But let's go buy a $30,000 truck. Okay, Chris, I'll hook you up with the best bank rate. We'll be half a point above prime. So we'll get you 8.75 right now. How about 9.25 for that $30,000 vehicle that you're going to go out there and work? Okay, that's great. So I'm starting a business. $30K. Cool. Almost, 9%, 10% interest on my truck. Cool. Okay. Well, I need equipment. So now I got to dump, 10 grand in equipment. I'm just talking pest control. I'm not talking landscape, lawn care, any of that. We're not buying $10,000 lawnmowers, $6,000 zero turns. Not doing that. But I got to dump 10 grand into a service truck just to be able to go service accounts. Okay, so cool. So now I got a $30,000 truck loan. I got 10 grand in equipment in it that I probably got from a line of credit from a bank. So I'm 40K in the hole before I even drive out of my garage at 10%. Of course, I'm going to raise my prices 50%. Now, this is not me specifically. I'm talking the greater we or the collective we. But that's why people aren't starting businesses. I keep hearing people like, oh, can't find anybody to work. Can't get work done. Nobody calls me back. It's because the businesses that are still here that survived COVID are the good businesses and they're full. I mean, I know companies that are quite literally booked all year. You will not get an appointment with them until 2025. You can call another company. There's probably a reason why that other company isn't full. Probably a reason why that other company isn't, completely blocked up. Because you know what else is happening? Layoffs are happening. Well, we got to downsize some hours, or what's even worse is these companies aren't raising people's wages. And I'm not saying competitively. I mean, collectively as Americans, we've done a terrible job with the disparity of income and talking about raises relative to, cost of living. So as service businesses, we must raise our prices considerably over the next year or two. I mean, considerably. And this repricing of service businesses, I think, it's going to go one or two ways. Either it fails, or World War III happens anyways, or it doesn't matter. Everything, goats fall from the sky. It doesn't matter anyways. Or you basically usher in new change where, again, the average consumer doesn't care about going to Walmart and buying Dr. Pepper or Tide or any other thing off the shelf that's 100% more. It costs 100% more to them than it did 2-3 years ago. They're still stuffing their faces with Big Macs and Crunchwrap Supremes at 250% increase. They don't care. Raise your prices. I mean, it's very weird to me because I run my business out of respect for the customers. I greatly appreciate all the customers we have that have gotten us here, that are our biggest cheerleaders. I genuinely do. And it's almost like I'm punishing them because of basically the greater financial situation, because I'm forced to punish them. I don't have a choice. We're $100. We're $150 next year. Just $150. Take it or leave it. I'm going to call somebody else. Okay, good luck. Good luck. And I'm a free market capitalist till the end. The market will provide. But we've reached a point with inflation, stagflation, that's a whole nother issue, where I don't know how else this corrects. I don't think this self-corrects, meaning the market will just correct. I think there's going to have to be a jolt. I think people are going to have to say, listen, this is what we're doing. Take it or leave it, is what it is. And as the customer, as the consumer, you guys have to be okay with it. You have to be accepting of it because you're accepting everything else. You're accepting, your meal at McDonald's on a Wednesday night because you're busy being $35 for your family of 4. You're cool with that. And then you want to complain about a 2% increase on your monthly landscaping, lawn mowing, pest control. So this service business revolution is going to take place. Whether people like it or not, the strong businesses will survive. And my hope is that the strong businesses will pull everybody up, rising tides. All boats are going to raise. Because I'm working as many hours as I can work. We're going to hire somebody else here after Memorial Day. We start at $20. At 90 days, I look to get somebody, if they're really, really good, I'll get you to $25 an hour. 23 if, But I mean, that's 50 to 55,000 a year, just killing bugs. Now, I know we're dealing with pesticides, no restricted use, nothing crazy. We don't fumigate, nothing like that. But still, I get it. But I know plenty of people with the same issue. They're trying to pay people 20, 25, 30 bucks an hour and they can't find work. They can't find workers. They got more work than they can do. If interest rates keep going up and the work cannot keep getting done, this is going to lead to a greater collapse. This is going to lead to implosion upon implosion. Commercial real estate, that's starting to be a wasteland. Everybody complains about rental prices. Oh, it's $1,500 to rent a 3-bedroom house in town. Like, oh, it's cheaper to buy. Actually, no, it's not. No, it's not. Everything's increased. And so, I am not directing any of this towards anybody personal that I know. Definitely not my customers. I am grateful and more than thankful and appreciative of our customers. And we're going to keep working. I will work myself into the dirt. I will work 70 hours a week, 60 plus every week to get the work done that we can get done. But I know a lot of businesses are struggling right now. A lot of people are feeling the pinch. And it just seems like to me that if you don't mind paying 200% increase on your Crunchwrap Supreme, why can't you pay 200% more for your local businesses that actually really, really help the economy grow and really, really give back to the community and really, really help the economy grow? Because I know a lot of business owners that are involved in city councils, town councils, school boards. It's the backbone of America. So, service business revolution, whether you like it or not, it's coming. And the repricing is going to shock everybody. Because again, I've been noticing this for a year, but I've gotten to the point where it's very clear to me, service pricing has to adjust another 50 to 100%. And it's going to be very rough for a lot of people. Very rough. But you're not going to have a choice because, again, nobody's starting businesses. Not at 10% interest on loans. Oh, we gotta go get a new Chevy 2500 to haul around all our toys and equipment and to pull my trailer. That'll be $75,000, sir, at 10%. Oh, you want to buy the equipment too? You're $150,000 in debt just to take a risk because you think somebody's business is too expensive. So you're going to start your own business and then you realize real quick, again, I'm a free market capitalist till the end. The market will provide. But I just think, the great repricing, if you will, is here. And it's going to be something I struggle with for the rest of the year on how much I want to, but I don't have a choice. And I know a lot of my friends and people that I respect that own businesses. And again, not just business owners. I'm talking front office, C-suite people. It's coming. And I think as Americans, we're at a crossroads. We have to decide. Do we want to continue supporting these companies, these big mega conglomerates? Do we want to really focus inward, community, support the community? I mean, it is encouraging because, these farmers markets, these Saturday markets, First Fridays This is growing and growing and growing. Again, I've been in over 20,000 households. You can tell people love giving back. They're incredibly grateful when we show up and that we're a small town business. I started a new account today, 50 minutes away. The reason they went with me is because they know we're a small town business. We've got good Google reviews. So I appreciate all you leaving Google reviews. Thank you. It's as if people recognize what needs to take place. Now we just have to bite the bullet. Now you just have to accept, don't buy the pair of foreign made shoes. Buy the American made. Yeah, they cost 75% more. But that money stays here domestically and it's going to go to a better cause. Start using the small mom and pops, the regionals, the non, publicly traded companies, mega corps, multinationals. Take pride in who you give your money to. I know a lot of people take pride in their work and the paycheck they receive for it, the trade-off there. So why not take pride in who you're spending your money with? Why not take pride in, I'm supporting this company. I like giving my money to this company. These are good people. So, again, on Memorial Day weekend, we give thanks to those that have come before us and have sacrificed. And I just can't help but think, I think that's the way forward. I think that's how, a lot of Americans feel kind of lost. They feel broke. They feel listless, uninspired. I think that's the way forward. Stronger sense of community. Get involved in your community if you're not. Most people don't do that until they have kids and everything. It's something I learned. I was involved a little bit with charity programs and then social programs and things like that get involved and donate money into the community, which is great as well. But I think that's what we have to do as Americans. I know that's what we can do. I know many people are prideful of that. It's kind of gotten a bad rap, but I think we can. I think we have to. I think we don't have a choice. Me, in my 40s, I have young children. I'm going to leave something better to them. That's what everyone always says. Leave the world a better place. Go create something. Go work. Go build something. Have a great weekend, everybody.